Okay, get the link for the Google Apps login page. Type in your username and password if you haven't already signed in, and just click sign in. Once you sign in, you'll have access to any of the apps, but the one that we're going to use today is in the More menu. If you go down to Blogger and click on that, it'll take you to the Blogger site, and you have to sign in separately into Blogger. So I'm going to enter my password again. Same username, same password. It does associate that with your account. And right here it's asking you if you want to use your Google Plus profile or your Blogger profile. For right now it doesn't really matter, but if you don't have Google Plus associated with your current Google account through Lakeville Falcons, then you'll want to click this for sure. After you do that, you type in your display name, how you want to be seen. I'm just going to put LKVL Teacher 2 because it's probably not used yet, and then I will continue to Blogger. At that point you have a Blogger account. You don't have a blog yet, but if you click here you can create your first blog. It's going to ask you a title for your blog, and I'm just going to call this Teacher 2 Blog Test. You can pick any title you want, but for this part, the address, you do need to pick something that's unique. So I'm going to put LVMS Teacher 2, and you notice it indicates that that is acceptable. It hasn't been used. It is available. Then you can pick a template down here. This can be changed later. For right now, I'm going to suggest you don't pick a dynamic view. Those get a little bit complex. Instead, I'm going to go with simple. And again, you can change this later if you need to. After that, just scroll down and click Create Blog. And it's that easy. You could start blogging at this point, but we're going to work through the steps that are in the directions for the session today. First of all, let's pull this menu down and go to Settings. And the most important thing is the privacy settings. You can select these here. These settings will let you choose if your blog will be listed in the Blogger listings and whether or not people can find it through search engines. And basically, if you want a private blog that only people that you send a link to can see it, you would click no on both of those and click Save Changes. You can set those however you want. And down at the bottom you can also indicate who can read your blog. It could be anybody, or you can select certain users. I'm just going to leave that as anybody right now. Next thing we can do then is go to our blog pages. We're going to create a couple pages as indicated in your directions. The first page is already here and they call it Home. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to change that to Blog because for our purposes the home page will be your blog page. So that changed the name to Blog. And I'm also going to add a new page, and you do that by clicking up here, and you can pick a blank page or you can link to another page. For today, let's just create a blank page that's on our blog. If these notifications pop up, you can just close those. Those are telling you some advanced features. For the first page, you're going to make one that's called About Me, and you can follow the directions in the website that I sent, but for right now I'm just going to put Test About Me page. I'm not going to add any content, but in Blogger all pages and blogs are handled the same way, with a title up here and your content down here. You can add pictures, you can add hyperlinks, and we'll do that in a minute. But just to make a point here, you could save this, which makes it a draft and it's not public or it's not on the blog where people will see it yet. Or you can click Publish, which actually does put it as a link on your blog. For right now, I'm just going to publish that, and you can see it added it down here. And as indicated in the directions, I'm going to make a second page, which will be a class that I teach, Digital Media. You should read the directions for the content that you'll want to put on this page. If you want to put a picture on your blog, you would click Insert Image, and you can browse to the location on your computer where you have it. I saved mine on a desktop. That will upload your file. Then you just select it and click Add Selected, and it puts it into your post. It will usually shrink it down, and you can change where it's located on the page. So you could type over here and your picture is located there. One other thing that you can do is you can add a link. So I'm going to say that I teach at Lakeville Schools, and I'm going to link to our website. And the way that you do that is you would just highlight the text, then click link. Here you're going to put the web address. You can indicate if you want it to open in a new window or in the same window. I'm going to have it open in a new window. Click OK, and then it turns that into a link. Like before, you could click save and come back to it later, or you can publish it to make it live, and I'm going to publish it. Now notice I have 3 pages. I have my blog page, the About Me page, and the digital media page. You can rearrange those by sliding that up, and you can indicate where you want those listed. You could go along the top or the side of your blog, or you don't have to show them at all. I'm going to suggest you do the top, and then I'm going to save the arrangement. Another thing that you might want to do right now is create your first post. So you could click New Post. That's going to look just like the editor that we just had up. You can title your post, you can type the content, you could add pictures and links. I'll point out too that you could add labels. These would be tags, so when you write about various lesson plans, like if you write about project-based learning, you could label it project-based learning so that someone later could click that tag or that label at your blog and find everything that you've written about it. Right now I'm actually going to close that blog post. I just want to show you a few other things that you can do. First of all, if you ever want to view the blog, you can click on this to see what it looks like. It'll show you what any viewer would see if they came to your site. And you notice I don't have any posts yet. Here are my tags along the top like I indicated. I have my digital media page, and I have the About Me page. If you want to change the layout or the template that you chose, you could do that down here. And one interesting feature after you've put some content up, and if people can find it, you might want to check the stats, because that's where you can see how people found your blog and which pages that they're looking at.